What's going on, YouTube? Raw Life back with another entry to my Zidane saga, Grand Lethal. This time we're going to be taking on Kains Intertwined Will. Back to back is the name. We brought Balthier, Aranea, and Zidane. Balthier actually started with his AAs. Wanted to get his overhead buff to max as soon as possible because we are actually going to be bum rushing these guys. We are no turning them, loading them up with all the best debuffs, Jack, Gabranth, Chrisame, etc., and going to town and just burning them down as quickly as possible. Zidane just uses EX. Don't know if you could tell, it was kind of quick, but it did not inflict Thief's Mark, his framed debuff. It's supposed to inflict Thief's Mark, and that's the only debuff it inflicts. He was broken when I recorded this, not working as intended. The game actually put out a little memo saying they know it's an issue right now and they're fixing it. But this entire run, I did not notice it. And he puts on Thief's Mark with his other abilities, so that's not really the big deal. The big deal really is when his, you'll see later, when his BT effect is up. He only steals an elixir, which is the batter he gets, when he inflicts a debuff with the BT effect going. And his EX only inflicts Thief's Mark. So this whole fight, when he does his EX, he doesn't inflict a debuff, and he doesn't steal an elixir on that turn. How I didn't notice, I have no idea. It's pretty obvious. I mean, you can see every time he uses Booster 8, it's not inflicting any debuff. And later in the fight, every single time he uses it, he doesn't get the Steel Elixir battery. And it's kind of obvious. So pay attention to your runs. This was kind of a brainless idea that I was just going to absolutely stomp these guys down. So I guess I have an excuse. I don't know. Anyway, as you can see, they are loaded down with debuffs now. Their orb is to take ranged brave damage. So obviously Balthier helps, Aranea helps. Kain, who I brought in a moment ago for Aranea. I love Kain, by the way. I just finished Final Fantasy IV. He's cool in that, I guess, but I really like him in Defo more. But his kit's really cool. Jumping every turn, doing off-turn damage, joining into launches even when he's up in the air. Just cool little idea. But anyway, the main idea here was to bring him in and use as many turns as possible in a row with Zidane, spamming his mug, his HP plus upgraded version, instant turn stuff, just to get Kain to tear these guys up. On the 5 turns he was on the field, he probably did, I don't know, more damage than Balthier did the entire fight. Balthier's doing good damage, by the way. I don't know if you can see that, but Balthier is really fun here. He's only really support and also doing fairly good damage. I really like his rework. Skills feel a lot better. So anyway, they are already down to, let's see, 50% and 51%. They have their recast up the whole time, by the way, so we no-turn them, so it doesn't matter. But I know that recast can be a pain in the ass. We burst early because obviously they're at their weakest or their softest early, so I wanted to get maximum damage out of the burst phase. And then once the burst effect ran out on Zidane, we went ahead and used the burst finisher, get the effect rolling again, and now Aranea comes in, really doing what she's always done. Hasn't fallen off at all in this team comp, at least. Delaying, doing pretty good damage, single target delay, carrying her weight. So here's another EX you see, no debuff inflicted and no elixir stolen. Boo. This fight, I guess, would have been even easier if Zidane was working properly. because he did have 20 turns of his PT effect, so I'll probably use the EX, 5 or 6 times, and didn't get those batteries. So, big bummer. Should have noticed. Should have noticed before the in-game announcement came out, but I didn't. So, like I said, though, we are just running these guys down as quickly as possible, using Zidane and Aranea to push them away anytime they get kind of close, saving the Odin Summon so that I can kind of burn them down even quicker once they get under that 29% and get a little thick, a little tougher. Their orb wasn't really an issue unless I took too many turns with Zidane. Obviously, Aranea and Balthier are hitting the orb every turn. And I don't know if you've noticed my skill usage, but I have just been skill spamming, LD spamming everything, because this was always going to be a burst down run. No need in saving the skills. The whole idea is to just burn them down as fast as possible. So we're not taking any skills with us. We're at turn 34. We're still capping on everything. 23%, 21% on the boss's health. So from here, it's more of the same. Just smash these guys. I really had fun in this fight. This is getting close to the beginning of garbage time. I've heard from others this fight can be kind of a pain if you actually engage with the bosses and give them turns, or try to engage with their mechanics. We're not doing any of that. We are smashing them with Zidane. So we still got the Odin Summon waiting, 17, 19%. They are a little thick here at the end, so we're gonna summon and LD spam with everyone and try to just blow them out of the water as soon as possible. Zidane skill 1, heavy single target damage, leaned on that pretty heavily when he wasn't batteried this fight. His EX, once again, inflicting the debuff, man. Big time bummer. Fix it on, man. Squex, fix it on. This run could have been like 2 turns shorter if Zidane was working as intended. Get it together. Down to, I think the turn requirement is 65. So we're not really in any danger there. We do want to make sure we don't give them a turn here at the very end and screw up all the work we've done thus far. So we're going to keep pushing them off with Aranea, deleting with Zidane. And look at that damage from Balthier. The entire fight just blowing these guys up. I really enjoyed Balthier here, so I may be looking into using him more often. I also enjoyed Kain, the friend unit, so maybe once he's out of synergy, try some cool team comps with Balthier, Zidane, and Kain. I don't know. Would that work? I guess we'll see. Very, very end here. Once again, they're nowhere near. Their turns are in the Shadow Realm, and we have effectively just burned them down. The orb, a little tight. Not really. 4 on B. He's almost dead. Looks like maybe 4 on A as well. Drops to 3 with Zidane's double turns, but Aranea will push it back up. It's +2, but after taking a move, obviously it only goes up 1. But yeah, that's it. Fun rush down team. Load them up with debuffs and go to town. Thanks for checking it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate it.